need to get her a boom mic that just, like on her headset that we can just plug her in. Because then she could do this all day long. It'd be fine.
So, I had a big job this week.
Really? you were on a large project this week?
Large project.
Okay.
Just the beginning. Just the beginning. But I was dealing with a moving company. And so I was watching things that they do to get tips. And it was really interesting.
Tips? Like, you mean from the client to give them a little extra on the side?
No, but...
What do you mean by tips?
Tips for clutter clarity.
Oh, you were watching them to get tips. Got it.
Oh, I see where you were going with that.
I thought they were doing something to get tips.
No. The tip for that would be lots of chocolate. Lots of candy.
Got it.
A box of Fannie Mae goes a long way.
Yeah.
I'll tell you right now for the movers.
Okay.
But the most interesting thing that I found is they did not use bubble wrap.
No bubble wrap?
Not a single piece of bubble wrap.
Blankets,
Is that
t-shirts?
because it's not earth friendly?
Well,
good question.
So what I did is I started Googling paper versus bubble wrap, and everybody says you need both.
Mm-hmm.
But, the pros and cons were paper is recyclable, bubble wrap is not. But they said even considering that, you do need bubble wrap. This company did not use a single sheet.
Because?
They're better than most.
I'm sorry?
They must be better than most.
No,
No.
They're very nice. I asked them, I said, why aren't you using bubble wrap? And they said, takes up a lot of space. They said bubble wrap, if somebody twists bubble wrap, which nobody twists bubble wrap. You wrap it gently. You don't, twist it on. So if you have a glass or something and you're twisting it, they said you could snap it. But bubble wrap does take up a lot of space. So it's more expensive than paper to begin with. And one thing that they said is if you wrap something in bubble wrap, you need to tape it then, so when you're unwrapping, it doesn't slide out. Whereas paper, you can fold it over. That's true. But like I said, I was Googling just to see, and everybody says you need both, but they said, nope, paper it is. They did every single thing in just paper.
And has everything made it to its destination?
Everything has made it, but a couple things that I tell people when they're packing is consider how far it's going. I pack a lot of kitchens for remodel. Mm-hmm. I said, you know what? We don't have to be crazy. We could slide it from the floor in the kitchen to the floor in the dining room. So it's not going that far. You don't need to be crazy. Like, don't you need more bubble wrap or more paper? I'm like, no.
It's not being moved.
It's not being moved. So you can not worry about it as much. If it's going on a truck, yeah, you need to worry about it more. But these things went on trucks, and I got to tell you, I've never seen anything like these movers. They packed boxes. They put them on a thing. They backed up into them. They grabbed the bottom, put 2 or 3 on their back, no rope, no safety, and walked up and down stairs with these things on their back.
What was in the boxes?
Wine. Hundreds and hundreds of bottles of wine. No bubble wrap. No safety nets.
No safety straps.
Well, I'm calling it safety net because, man, not one thing broke. They didn't drop a single box. Now, I would have dropped a million of those boxes.
Professional.
I agree, but who puts 3 boxes? Anything could jiggle
3
a box.
boxes of wine?
3 boxes of wine on their back, just bent over, carried up the stairs. Nothing. Not a single thing.
So they have a very flat back.
Yeah.
Okay.
But one thing that I do know, which they did as well, is paper. There's something about the property, and either Rich or some of our other science minds could tell us the property of when you take a sheet of paper and you squish it.
Talk into the mic.
Yes.
When you, thank you. When you squish it, it provides so much more
area.
Yeah, there's something scientific about it. But you squish a bunch of paper, you put it on the bottom, then you put your stuff that you've wrapped on there, and then you squish a bunch of paper and you put it on the top. What you want to do is make sure the box doesn't jiggle when it's done packing. But they say that paper cushioning does as much as the bubble wrap cushioning.
Sure.
Which surprised me. It's going to be a lot less expensive. You don't want to use newspaper because of the ink in there. It's going to make everything dirty. And then while I was researching all of this about the paper, they said when you buy the special packing paper, there's nothing in there that can scratch your dishes.
Oh.
So it was very interesting. So always when you start...
What does a fork do and a knife?
Whatever. I don't care what people do to their stuff. I just don't want to be responsible. Speaking of which, when I tell people, when I'm doing a packing job for somebody for a move, I tell them all. I said, if you will be devastated if something breaks, don't let me touch it.
There you go.
Yeah. Do not, whoever you're hiring.
That's what you've got insurance for, though, right?
Yeah, whoever you're hiring, even if you have insurance, I tell people, if you will be devastated if your grandmother's crystal gets broken, lost, stolen, destroyed, don't give it to anybody.
Do it yourself.
Do it yourself, because you will then, if it breaks,
it's on you.
It's on you. I don't want that responsibility. So I tell people, a lot of people want to carry their silverware around with them. Whatever. Put it on the car seat next to you when you move.
That doesn't break, does it?
No, but people are really weird about silverware.
Well, silver's expensive. Maybe that's what it is.
But it's silver plate. 9 times out of 10, it's silver plate. Anyway, those are some thoughts. More next week.
There you go.
This is Mighty House. Mighty House will return.